So it's a cold day here in western Poland, but it's dry at least. It's not snowing. And it is 2 o'clock local time, 1 o'clock back at home. So early into the second half in the lunchtime kickoff between Reading and Southampton. I've no idea of the school, no one can get an internet unfortunately, so when we get back to the hotel which has Wi-Fi, I'll give you a full update. But it's in progress and Reading need a win to have any hope of keeping their survival chances alive. Southampton are virtually safe if they win.
No strength in that at all, is it? Did you see that picture on the news about a week ago where Karen painted itself about what story? Yeah.
That's Eastern European architects for you. Building. Okay, we're back at the hotel. At the Hotel Rozimski here in Poznan, just to give it some worldwide endorsement. And the time is 3:30 here in Poland and 2:30 back in the UK. Now, although the game is 700 miles back towards Britain from here and we're overseas and can't get it on the radio, we do know what's happened thanks to the internet that we can only get in the hotel incidentally, and I'm afraid it's the end of the line for Reading's survival hopes. I'm going to show you off my phone exactly what I mean. Come on, let's take a look. Well, as you can see, the scoreline is indeed Reading 0, Southampton 2. A goal either side of half time have done it for the Saints. Che Rodriguez after 35 minutes and then Adam Lallana through 72. And it sounds like the rules have been outplayed by the Saints, who are going to complete a league double over Reading. And no revenge for Nigel Adkins. Yeah, and after those impressive wins against Liverpool and Chelsea at St Mary's in recent games, it's 3 wins in a row for the Saints. They're going to be up to 37 points, I think, and virtually safe. So happy times on the south coast. They're definitely going to be one of the Premier League's 20 members next year too. Reading are virtually certain to not be. They're going to stay on 23 points and everyone else is going to have a game in hand on them, and it just looks hopeless for Reading, I'm afraid. They had a great year last year and a freak run of fixtures, a freak run of wins towards the end of it. Saw them narrowly finish first, but they were always ill prepared, and in my opinion they always were promoted a season too early from my thinking. They've had a good go though, they've not been cut off from the start, but it looks like Reading have run out of steam and that's it for them, as I read the description. So I am here ultimately to enjoy myself and not just focus on Premier League. So I'm going to go out for a few hours now with the group that I'm with, and I'll be back in the evening with this internet Wi-Fi in the hotel to tell you how the rest of the game's finished, and of course whether or not this did finish 2-0, because there's still a few minutes left, so join me later on. Well, the time is just after 4 o'clock here in Poland and 3 o'clock back at home, which means that all the games, including 3 in the Premier League, have just begun. I can't listen to any of the games, as you well know, but we've got Norwich Swansea, West Brom Arsenal and Stoke Aston Villa. So it promises to be a good afternoon. Well, it's typically but beautifully Eastern European here. Not only in terms of the architecture, but the generally peaceful and laid-back atmosphere and nature of the locals. Yeah, as I film this fine open square. And you'll be very surprised to know that even my car, as you can see there, I brought it with me. There she is. Of course not. Yeah. What we know as Vauxhall in Britain is of course Opel on the continent, and the logo is distinctly different. It's basically a lightning bolt as opposed to the griffin on the Vauxhall. There you are. Yeah, more typically beautiful Eastern European architecture in front of us. Yeah, as I say, just a few minutes after 3 o'clock, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to walk a few more streets, then find somewhere to eat because I'm getting very hungry. I'm going to crash back at the hotel around 5:30 local time, just as the 3 o'clock games back in England are coming to an end. and we'll get the Wi-Fi and update you with those 3 Premier League games. A lot at stake at both ends of the table in those 3 matches alone. This weekend, of course, it's all about tomorrow when there's 5 games in the Premiership, and then the Manchester derby Monday night. The action just never stops. Well, it's all of a sudden got just a little bit noisier. And if there's one organisation that transcends all cultures in the world, then it has got to be McDonald's. And there it is. It looks just like the one at home. That's globalisation for you. Yeah, this looks like a nice building I've strolled upon. It might be the Courts building or the town hall. I'm not sure, to be honest, but stunning. Especially the two people on horseback. Well, it's actually not horseback. I think it's a tiger or a lion on either side. Yeah.
A male lion or a female lion?
I think the one on the right might be female and the one on the left's male, because the males tend to have a mane, which is like all the hair around the back of the head and that. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Just all the hair around that one.
There again, now what I watched in The Lion King might be completely untrue.
The Disney film or the musical?
Disney film. Well, here comes another tram, green and yellow tram, crossing the shop. Well, it's great to see the sun's come out.
Yeah, it's a little bit warm as well.
As I film another open piazza here. And we've got these 2 monuments, 2 sculptures. Yeah, the bloke on the left is called Adam Mickiewicz. Absolutely no idea who he was, or is possibly. Probably the founder of Poznan, or a mayor or something. And then on the right is basically what it looks like is 2 crucifixes sort of intertwined into one, which is quite interesting, with 2 ropes attached around it. Again, I don't know its significance, but you know, I'm not really bothered, to be honest. It's all great architecture, all the same, isn't it? Whatever it represents. Professor Edward Taylor. Now that doesn't sound very Polish to me. Yeah, Professor Edward permanently sits next to the entrance of this building, which by the looks of it must be part of Poznan University. And the signage near the front entrance implies that very aspect of it. That it is a building of academic prowess, so to speak. Yeah, I've just found this billboard advertising up and coming fixtures for Lech Poznan, which is Poznan's main football team. They're like a Man United or Arsenal or Liverpool in Polish football terms. And that club and this place is also the origin of the Poznan. That dance the Man City fans have adopted, where they all jump up and down and face backwards. So it's all interesting here. Well, the time now is 5:20 here in Poznan, 4:20 back at home, presumably where you are. And I've now come to the end of my walk for this afternoon around the city, and we're heading back to the hotel, which is just 5 minutes from here. In terms of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we're about midway through the second half now, so we're going to get in, check the internet and get reaction to everything. Well, check what's happening so far, because I don't know anything. I've got no idea at the moment, except about the lunchtime match. Let's go then. Well, we've just got back from a very pleasant walk around the local streets here in Poznan, and the time here in Poland is 5:30, 4:30 in England, so at a fairly advanced stage of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. About 20 minutes to go in all of them, So more than 3/4 of the way through those matches. I'm now about to go onto skysports.com again with the Wi-Fi internet here at the hotel and check on the scores. So let's do it. Right, what I've done is I've got the skysports.com video printer up, and basically I'm going to pass on all the information to you from all the action in chronological order as it happened. Firstly, here we go, 3 o'clock, the games begin. Various chances in the first few minutes but no goals until the 8th minute where Aston Villa take the lead at Stoke. A Bonlahul side footing in. Stoke fans booing but Villa's supporters celebrating there. It remains goals for a bit longer in the other two until Arsenal break the deadlock away at the Hawthorns. Yeah, and West Brom could have scored just a few minutes earlier. It's Thomas Rosicky that's nodded in from a Gervinho parcel cross, I think. And then hitting the post, saves, various action after that. And then the deadlock's broken in the third game at Carrow Road, and yet again it's the away side, so all the away teams winning at this point. It's yet another goal, I think, from Michu, from de Guzman's cutback, so Swansea ahead at Norwich. Norwich definitely in relegation worries now. Not for long though, because the Canaries equalised just before 20-4. It's a cross from Bennett that Snodgrass heads into an empty net. And that was all of the goal-mouth action in the first half. Now into the second half. Various chances for both teams again, and 7 minutes past 4, Arsenal get their second, and Rosicki's got 2 for the afternoon. A stinging shot there. Good afternoon for him. Some saves, some more drama, but no more goals at the moment until 20 past 4, 16-19, Norwich complete the turnaround. It's an unmarked half volley from Michael Turner, the Norwich centre-half, I think. The Canaries 2-1 up at this point. And then the other action, just before half full, Arsenal 2-0 up and comfortable until Mertesacker gets a straight red card for a goal-scoring opportunity foul in the penalty box. West Brom win a penalty and Morrison successfully dispatches it. So, as of now, just after half full, basically, it is Stoke City 0, Aston Villa 1. Villa on course for a priceless 3 points as that scoreline pushes Pulis nearer the door, you feel. Arsenal cautiously ahead at West Brom but with a one-man disadvantage, and a very important 3 points for them is on the line. And Norwich are on course for a crucial 3 points against safe mid-table Swansea. So that's how it stands in the Barclays Premier League. Now I'm going back out to enjoy myself for a bit, and when I get back this evening I will report on how those 3 finished. There's no evening kick-off, by the way. See you in a bit as I switch off the phone. Well, it's Saturday night and it's alright for fighting. And it's also a good time to tell you about what happened in the Premier League earlier. Several hours ago now. Remember we told you it was West Brom 1, Arsenal 2? Well, guess what? It actually stayed that way. Arsenal, with 10 men, held on for a crucial 3 points in their pursuit of a Champions League spot. But at the Britannia Stadium, there were more goals. It was 1-0 to Villa. It didn't finish with a goal. Not 2, not 3, but 4. Now, I'm not sure the exact sequence of goals, but it actually finished Stoke 1, Aston Villa 3. Villa got 2 goals in injury time, so I think Stoke equalised. And then Villa got 2 in injury time. Amongst the 3 goals they scored was a wonderful one from Matt Loughton. And Gabriel Bonlahul also got on the score sheet. So a great away win at the Britannia for Villa. But Tony Pulis must be fearing now. As Stoke continues to just misfire. They can't score, they can't get points, they can't win. They're in a bit of trouble at the moment. And in the other game, Norwich-Swansea, it was 2-1 to Norwich. It didn't finish that way as the Swans got a late equaliser, and it's 2-2 at Carrow Road. And Norwich are still looking over their shoulders. That's how it finished in the Premier League today. There's 5 cracking matches tomorrow. So join me tomorrow where I'll talk you through what happened there and show you a few sights. Okay? Good morning and welcome to the second day of this weekend and also the second day of this Poznan adventure. Now, this weekend is different from most in the Premier League because Sunday is the main event. There are 5 matches in the Premier League today, and so many of which with such staggered kick-off times that I don't even remember off the top of my head when they all start. But we've got 5 matches. Firstly, Liverpool versus West Ham on Merseyside, Newcastle United versus Fulham on Tyneside in the North East, and 3 games from London, namely Spurs Everton, QPR Wigan and Chelsea Sunderland. I'm going to be out and about for most of the day enjoying myself, but I'll come back to the hotel whenever I can to check scores and updates for you. I might not be able to check updates at all until the evening and check it all in one go, but I might be able to come back halfway through the afternoon. I don't know yet. I've no idea how it's going to work. At the end of the day, I am on holiday. So, there. Yesterday, of course, there were full results. Just to clarify those again. Reading 0, Southampton 2, the lunchtime kick-off. And then at 3 o'clock it was Stoke 1, Aston Villa 3, West Bromwich Albion 1, Arsenal 2, and Norwich City 2, Swansea City 2. So there are your results from yesterday. How will today turn out? Well, I've just had my breakfast. It's 9:30, 8:30 at home, 9:30 here. I'm off out now, so catch up in a bit.
Do business. Go, 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 go! Well done!
Go, go, go! Well, that glass building to the right is a local shopping centre, which apparently only opened 2 weeks ago. And there's an outdoor balcony part too, which is what I'm standing on. And you can get some great views of the nearby area from here. Another tram passing by there at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, life is very pleasant here in Western Poland. Beautiful views. Yeah, it's lunchtime here and I've just had a bite to eat. And the first match this afternoon is Liverpool-West Ham. It kicks off at 1:30 British time, 2:30 here. So that gives me just over an hour. So as I say, we're gonna go for a walk this afternoon and come in at the end of the action. Unless we can watch it on one of the big screens in a bar somewhere, but I don't know yet. It is a cracking view from this spot, although I do feel a little bit precarious because if you view this building from down on the road, this bit I'm on is like a promontory. It sticks out a good number of metres from the main building and it just feels like it's going to snap at any minute. It's not going to, it's brand new, it's very safe, but that's, you know, it does feel like that. Well, after all them shopping centre escapades, we're now walking away from the area, catching a tram, and what we're going to do is we're going to walk around Lake Malta, which is a big lake just east of the city, and just show you a few attractions from that area. So yeah, enjoy them and catch up with me for football news later on.
Right, well, you go for I'm gonna go.
time was this?
Well, it's now Sunday evening. It's just gone 7 o'clock here and just after 6 back at home, which means all the Premier League action has recently ended for the day. And I've just checked on my phone. I've got the whole reaction, and it does make some very interesting reading. And I'm going to talk you through it now. By the way, I did get to watch a bit of the action on TV. In the hotel bar, we watched the end of the first half and all the second half of Spurs-Everton, and also the first half of QPR-Wigan. So we spent quite a lot of the time of the afternoon in the hotel bar watching the action. Didn't get to see anything of the 3 o'clock games, Newcastle, Fulham and Chelsea-Sunderland. But Liverpool-West Ham, I saw a few minutes of the first half and a few minutes at the end of the game and the closing minutes of the second half via an online internet streaming, which was probably illegal, which the hotel kindly laid on. It was actually a Liverpool fan, one of the other people in the group I'm travelling with, that requested that. Anyways, I'm going to talk you through it now. There's some fascinating results, there really were. Well, another interesting day in the Barclays Premier League produced 10 goals in 5 games. So, as we scroll down, the first result was as follows. It finished Liverpool 0, West Ham United 0. Unfortunately for the Reds, they continue to miss fire on and off in this topsy-turvy season of theirs. It's another off day for them, I'm afraid, but West Ham will be delighted with an away point at a ground where they haven't won it for about half a century, I think it is. Secondly, Spurs 2, Everton 2, in what was undoubtedly the game of the day. Adebayor putting Tottenham ahead inside 38 seconds before Jagielka equalising from a header from a corner, a set-piece goal. And then into the second half, Everton scored a wonderful goal from Morales, that's 2-2 for him. And as Tottenham battled back for the equaliser, it eventually came as one player, I think Adebayor hit the post and Sigurdsson followed up on the rebound. So 2-2, a great game at the Lane. Both teams wanted to win, but I'm sure they'll settle for a point. At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 2, Sunderland 1. Sounds pretty ordinary on paper, but Sunderland were actually ahead at half-time, in first half injury time too, when Azpilicueta scored an own goal. And then less than 2 minutes into the second half, Chelsea then scored an own goal of their own, but at the right end for them, as Kilgullen put through his own net. But it was 10 minutes into the second half that Ivanovic settled the scores, and 2-1 Chelsea win. Sunderland still in real trouble. Chelsea though 3 crucial points in their pursuit of Champions League football. At St James's Park, Newcastle 1, Fulham 0. A deserved result for the Magpies, but for at least the third time this season, they won it in the last minute of injury time. Papi Cisse, in I think the 96th minute, just as he did against the Russian team in the Europa League a few weeks ago, and what Musa Sissoko, I think it was, against Chelsea a few months back in the Premier League. That's how it finished there. And lastly, the 4 kick-off. You can see it for yourself. QPR 1, Wigan 1. QPR needed a win to have any hope of keeping their hopes alive. They didn't get it. And you go through a lot of heartache and bad luck when you're a team on the way out of the Premier League. And Wigan equalised right at the end in injury time, when QPR, with about 10 minutes to go, I think it was, had taken the lead. So QPR cruised and denied 2 points, and they played 3 quarters of the match with 10 men, as Bobby Zamora got a straight red card for a high challenge in the first half. So little hope left for QPR, virtually none for Reading, little hope left for QPR. Wigan, though, they would have liked 3 points, they're still very much in trouble. But that's how it ends in this weekend's Barclays Premier League. And there's just a Manchester derby tomorrow, Man United versus Man City, which I'm going to go to the Irish bar down the road in the square and watch it tomorrow night with a beer or two perhaps. So, thanks for all the action. And don't switch off the video yet, because there's more interesting content to show you. But yes. Well, it is well into the evening now, and I've got to get an early night because we've got a flight tomorrow morning. So as far as Poznan's concerned, it's goodbye for now. Goodbye, Poland. Do widzenia, Polska.